Alright, so I got some fun stuff with me here today. I got some Plasti Dip. Now, I've seen Plasti Dip before. Originally, I actually thought it was something you had to make up in a big pot and actually spray on with a gun. Only recently, well not recently, a little while ago, I found out that they actually make cans of the stuff. And this stuff is really cool. If you're not familiar with Plasti Dip, I'm no pro on this stuff, but it does have actually a really big fan following. The basic premise is it's paint that's removable, and it's removable because it sprays on sort of like a plastic kind of finish, and at some point when you're done with it, you can just peel it off, and it just completely peels off nice and even. I guess the premise is it's peelable, flexible, insulates, grips, durable, and comes in a whole bunch of different colors. And what I've got here is I've got a regular plastic dip. They come in 11-ounce cans, which isn't too bad. It ran me, I had to order this because nowhere around me actually carried it as far as I could find. It actually ran me pretty close to $20. I'd say maybe more like 16 bucks, 16, and then the Glossifier was a little less, which would make sense because the Glossifier is kind of more like a finish sort of thing. But I got here a regular plastic dip can. Now this, I wanted to get the test for a couple things. This might have actually been a better thing to put on my fender flares now that I actually just recently washed off the Jeep. I haven't washed it in a while. It definitely needed cleaning on the outside. The fender flares, you can't see them from here really. We'll get a little closer here. I got the door off. I love the way it looks with the door off, especially because you can see the trim line there for the bed liner, and you can see the seat cover, the Smitty belt. I really do like the seat cover, but you can see for the fender flares here, they've come out good. I really like the paint I used on them. I thought it came out nice compared to how they were before, the way they've become oxidized. And I know some people suggested, and I've seen it before, where you can lightly burn it to kind of get it back to the way it used to be, the darker brown, or burn it black, whatever you want. I just went with this. This is the way I liked it. And the only downside to this really is something like this. You can see all this stuff that's been kicked up and got here. I just recently washed this, and it's some of it's even starting to peel a little bit, which I imagine, it's not going to last forever, but I still, at a distance, it looks good. Even up close, it looks nice. I like them so much better black, and I'm happy with the way they came out. I'm just thinking that plastic dip would have made more of instead of like, you hear that kind of like a finish, it could have been more of a smooth, like plastic finish, which is what seems cool about that. So I've got the door off because this was one of the first things I intended to fix, because this was one of the first things I noticed when I picked up this Jeep a year ago now, was the door handles had that crappy Crayola crayon paint on there, and I was like, oh, I gotta fix that. And well, a lot of other things have come up, and I've done way more than that, but now it's time to finally fix these door handles. Just a little cosmetic thing I want to do, because they got that, they're really crappy. Obviously they weren't good before, and then that paint was not what I would have done. You can see here, this side was actually painted more, and I'm just trying to peel that stuff off. I found this stuff easier to peel off than to sand off, which is funny. And I did the same to the tailgate here, which has had it forever, and it was really starting to bug me. I peeled most of it off. Some of it's still here. I'm going to get more of it off. I really want to take this tailgate off, and it's almost there. It's like halfway there. I'm like, oh, it's so close. It's right there. But here's a major flaw in my opinion with the TJs. Is back here where the tailgate bumper, the back bumper, I kept saying tailgate, just not thinking. It comes off. You got a screw under here, and you got two screws here, and this piece, as you can see, it'll come off. This comes off of here. The problem is, you got this right here. I cannot get my wrench, my socket, into here while this is here. Problem with this one is stripped out, and I cannot get this to turn. This is really proving to be an issue. The other side, I got all of these off. I got this one, the bottom one, and this off, so I could get this one off. But I can't reach this. I might be able to get this with a wrench. That might be my best hope, because this is not coming off. And honestly, I shouldn't need to take this off, because I think this just is holding this to the back of the frame. Is that what that is? I'm not entirely sure, but that's what it seems like the body to the frame on the back here. And I don't see why I would need to take that off just to take off the back bumper here. So that's really annoying. That's kind of a really stupid flaw in the design, but I got this back here. This is probably why they originally painted this, because I started uncovering this, as you can see, and this is how a stock bumper should look. I was like, wow, this actually doesn't look too bad. I like this. But this was probably bad, so they're like, oh, well, I'm going to come back here and paint this, and then they probably got it here. I'm like, oh, well, I might as well paint this now, and I'm going to get paint up in here, and it's always going to be a running joke, because it's amazing that someone could be that dumb. but hopefully I'm gonna be able to erase that that blemish here, and this will come out looking nice. Originally, I was still thinking I wanna bedline this, but I'm not gonna be doing anything till I get it off. And then this back here is something that I might be interested in plastic dipping, or even just painting over to something would look better than anything right here. But I just wanted to share that there. That was starting to drive me nuts. But back to the topic at hand. I'm going to be doing the plastic dip there. That's going to be the first test with a plastic dip, and I might end up doing it on a bunch of other things. There's a lot of options. A lot of guys do with the rims, and I kind of like my stock rims. TJs have my favorite stock rims for any type of Wrangler. But I see a lot of guys with like JKs turning those chrome rims black with the plastic dip, which seems really cool, but there's just kind of infinite possibilities for the plastic dip.